Innovative Housing Opportunities is proud to celebrate 45 years of providing high-quality, affordable housing, impactful services, leadership, and partnership. 45 years of building relationships and experience has shown remarkable results, especially at El Verano. El Verano is a 54-unit affordable and permanent supportive housing PSH apartment community located in the city of Anaheim, adjacent to IHO's award-winning Rockwood Apartments. Opened in 2020, El Verano replaces a former blighted motel property with a new 3-story Spanish-style building to house formerly homeless and low-income seniors. This 1.1-acre site has now been transformed with high-quality architectural design, native landscaping, multiple sustainable elements, and outdoor common area amenities that encourage social engagement and resident wellness. Working closely with the city and community partners, tailored supportive services are provided on-site to meet the needs of the residents, including case management, health or wellness, skill-building programming, and other resources in the community. Resident amenities include a community room, computer room, and a dedicated health office. All services support residents to remain stably housed and to age in place with dignity and grace. Innovative Housing Opportunities, 45 years of building possibilities.
My mom was helping me financially, and then she got leukemia, so my world collided. I was officially homeless.
Well, this place is a blessing. I don't have to worry about the food, I don't have to worry about furniture.
Very receptive, they listen, they want to help people.
So I finally got a friend who came out, packed me up, and brought me here. I have a home now.
I'm on the 3rd floor. I love where I can sit at my table and I can see the sunset. That's really, really nice.
I would like to tell the people here that built this place, thank you so much for giving me the chance. Thank you for allowing me not to be homeless anymore.
And welcome to the opening of our El Verano property. By way of introduction, I want to let you know that IHO is celebrating our 45th anniversary this year. And to be able to celebrate it with our own real estate development is really an exciting moment for us. 45 years ago when IHO was formed, it was actually formed as a result of 7 really committed residents who wanted to make sure that housing was available in all cities, but namely in the city of Irvine for low to moderate income households. That lawsuit that they formed actually had reverberations across the state. And right now, all cities in the state of California are going through what's called a housing element process. The housing element process determines where and how housing is accommodated for low to moderate income households in each city. That was indirectly related to the lawsuit that formed Irvine Housing Opportunities. In 2014, we became Innovative Housing Opportunities, and after almost 35 years, we went from having one single asset, which was the first 100% very low income housing in the city of Irvine, to increasing our portfolio. For several years, we did things like contributed almost $400,000 to organizations that provided high quality services to low to moderate income households. We also used our resources to help organizations that were small, like our single asset entities that had a risk of their properties converting to market rate. However, around 2014, when we changed our name, we recognized that we could do a much better, comprehensive, catalytic job of serving housing and the residents and the communities together. And so we changed our name and embarked on an aggressive campaign of building quality projects with partners. This is the first project that we have been able to develop where we no longer need partners, and so I'm excited that we were able to take off our training wheels, but that doesn't mean that we don't understand and believe in the power of collaboration. And so what is wonderful to note is that this project is next door to a project that we started in 2016, that we completed in 2016, Rockwood Apartments with the city of Anaheim. It's been a wonderful, wonderful relationship with the city. They have been advocates like no other city we've worked with. And to be able to develop first 70 units of housing for families with children in the Anaheim School District who were struggling with homelessness, being able to develop this property for 64 residents or 54 residents, and being able to accommodate both low-income and formerly homeless seniors is a dream come true for us. I'm going to quickly go through the program so that everybody will know how they cue into this. The first person who is going to come up and speak is Mary Watson Bruce, who is IHO's vice chairman of the board. She will be followed by Mayor Pro Tem Fessel, but I would be remiss if I did not also acknowledge his lovely bride, Susan, who has always made it to all of the site walks with him. We will then have Cassandra Perez, who is an aide for Congressman Lou Correa, Grace Stepter from the city of Anaheim, Cynthia Tello from CIT Bank. We will also sneak in Roy Farber, who is our equity partner, and he will speak briefly. We will wrap up with Miguel Garcia, who is the real estate director. I want to quickly acknowledge the partners that we had in this project. First and foremost, with the capable staff of Innovative Housing Opportunities. Please raise your hand so that everyone can shower you with love. Shower you with love so that we don't have to shower you with raises. And then I want to have those representatives of IHO's board of directors and our cadre of committee advisors. Please raise your hands. Innovative Housing Opportunities is committed to high quality services. We are a service coordinator. That means that we bring high quality, tailored service customized to the specific needs of our residents. The services grow with our residents, and we've got two of our service providers and partners with us. Those from Meals on Wheels, please raise your hand. And if we have representatives as well from Engage, please raise your hand. I'm not sure if they're here. Wonderful. Thank you. They are doing a wonderful job for our residents. And we would be remiss if we did not acknowledge the fine staff at FPI Management. Okay. And at some point, we will have one of our residents, David, is going to tell us his riveting story of moving into El Verano and let you know how important housing is for him, so that as you have in your circles an opportunity to support affordable housing, you'll be able to understand who and why we do what we do. Will Mary please come to the podium?
Thank you, Rochelle. I wrote out my speech because I usually talk too long. So this is only half a page, so I hope you enjoy it. My welcome to you is really from the heart. I've been on the IHO board, on and off, mostly on, since 1986. The original founding president of the board, Charles Clemenshaw, was still seated when I came on this board. I was president for over 20 years, and we kept going despite many obstacles. I'm really happy to be here for the first live event to celebrate 45 years of IHO. Our mission evolved from caretaker of a property in Irvine to an active builder in Southern California. But not just a builder. We do not want to warehouse people. We want people to have their potential met in the housing that they live in. We want people to be free from thinking about where am I going to live, where am I going to eat, and how I'm going to eat, so that they can make their potential their potential. And I think that that is significant as far as IHO is concerned. We don't think of our residents as just the people who populate our projects. We don't have projects. We have developments that people live in, All through my tenure on the board, I advocated for art in our developments. Sometimes I felt like a voice in the wilderness. But finally, we are here and you see art by the residents and from the community. And I want to thank the City of Anaheim for making art happen, because the City of Anaheim actually developed a committee for this development to make sure art was here. Look at the gate behind you. Look at the green wall that faces the gate, made of wonderful, wonderful plants. Look at our circular, whatever this is. But how we use circles and semicircles in everything that we do. It's all because the committee in Anaheim, with some input from us, but really put this together using artists from the community around us. So I'm not going to speak any longer about why I am so passionate about this particular development. What I'm going to do is introduce you to someone who lives here, who has made this his home, and we hope he'll make it his home for a very long time. I'd like for you to meet David Cabrera.
I'd like to thank the mayor and the city of Anaheim for all the people that have showed up. But my story is that I was in the riverbed. I was sleeping over there homeless. And if it wasn't for Judge Carter to go down there and have everybody in the cities get together and get the homeless off the riverbed, which entailed, you know, the parks and the streets and everything. But Judge Carter is the one that got things going for me. So from the riverbed, I went to, I got involved with CityNet and Illumination Foundation, and I was homeless since 2014 when my wife died. My life just kind of went spiraling down, but if it wasn't for the nice people here and the directions that I was going, I'm happy to be here. I really am, you know, and I just hope that I can stay here for the rest of my life. But no, it's this is a good program. I mean, we have classes here that help us with with the healthy living. We have the dental here. We have food, the Meals on Wheels. They're a great group right there. And the food distributions that we get once a month. But this place couldn't have a better manager than Rachel. She's great. She's doing a good job. And, and all, I guess that's my story, It's, I'm happy to be here. It was built well. I can go to bed every night, secure, because we have a gated, back there, it's like a gated community, and I feel safe here. I love it. It's a good place. Good place to be here. But I guess that's all I got to say. Thank you very much.
David, thank you. All right. Well, good morning, everyone. And by the way, welcome to Anaheim. There's something great that happens in this town almost every day. And I keep busy attending events just like this one. It seems, I want to say yesterday, but maybe within the last year, that Susan and I walked through this project, and it was still at that point just construction, woods, studs, wiring, conduit. But we knew what it was going to become. So now, look how beautiful it is. This is gorgeous. And not only that, this facility will change lives, and has changed lives. Today we'll see just how great El Verano is. Verano is a Spanish word for summer, incidentally, and how fitting is that? And again, we're here in the summer. This community is warm and bright, with stunning Spanish-style architecture and native landscaping. So please pay attention to the small details, because there was a lot of time and thought that went into this. The art wall, which we will see a little bit later this morning being unveiled, is part of this community. It's a living art that will enrich the lives of everyone here. And hopefully everybody driving down Lincoln will get to enjoy it as well. For whatever small part I played, I'm honored. My fingerprints may be on this, but you'd have to scrape real hard to find them, but they're here. This is as nicer than any apartment facility that we have in Anaheim. For people driving by on Lincoln Avenue, they would never know that these are affordable apartments for those in need. We all know what the cost of living is like in Anaheim, and it can be a challenge. And even for our seniors, it's even more of a challenge. It's heartbreaking to think about, actually. That's why El Verano is so important. It can keep seniors near loved ones. And I think all of us realize how important that is. Or in an area that they know is home, Anaheim. Anaheim, home by the river, remember. Now, we just heard from David. So for David and other residents here, this is home. And with that comes comfort, peace of mind, and a sense of community. But El Verano offers even more. There are supportive services here, some of which you've already heard about, that help residents age in place with dignity and grace, something I hope I get to do. To all El Verano residents, I want to say thank you on behalf of the City of Anaheim. Let's wait a moment. We're lucky we're not in Irvine. We'd have a plane overhead every 3 minutes. You may not know it, but El Verano has made life better in our city, and right here in my District 5. Before this, there was a motel that had, let's just say, outlived its usefulness. And it was a site very much in need of change and reinvigoration. And I can't think of a better use for that land than the affordable housing for our seniors. Of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't also thank everyone at the Anaheim Housing Authority, several of which are here today. I see Grace standing back there, and Andy, thank you all. Thank you for bringing this opportunity to our city and for all that you do to support housing in Anaheim and these residents living here. Along with the Rockwood Apartments that we've already heard about just a moment ago, next door, we have transformed, literally transformed, this piece of Lincoln Avenue. And best of all, we are bettering the lives of those who live here in the process. Also want to thank IHO, Innovative Housing, for this investment, and these are not cheap buildings to build, for their investment in the support that they've given to everyone who calls El Verano home. And to all our new neighbors here, welcome to District 5 and thank you. Now, I need Rochelle and Mary, come on back here. No, you're not done yet. Okay, the City of Anaheim hereby recognizes Innovative Housing for El Verano's Art Wall, which we will see in just a moment, for their investment in this senior apartment community and Anaheim's public art program while providing permanent supportive housing services to the formerly homeless and low-income seniors. On behalf of the City of Anaheim, congratulations on this ceremony of El Verano's Art Wall, and best wishes on your continued success. And I'm going to ask you both, so when's the next project?
Whenever you can provide the land for us, we'll build the place for you.
I have two people that I will direct you to that are standing right over there. Okay. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
And we will present that to you. Cassandra, nice. Good morning to you. Nice to see you.
Good morning, and thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Fessel. He said it all. He said the whole history of what this location used to be and what it is now and the benefit that it's bringing to our community. As a former resident of District 5, I'm glad to see that I've moved over to District 3, I'm sorry. But I'm glad to see that this development is now bringing the benefits of affordable housing to those who need it in our community, so welcome. And on behalf of the Congressman, I would like to present certificates of congressional recognition to the City of Anaheim and to Innovative Housing Opportunities for their development of El Verano, which is fitting because we're in the middle of summer. And the congressional certificate reads, I join with Congress to recognize the ribbon cutting celebration commemorating the grand opening of the new art installation at El Verano Apartments in the City of Anaheim. So,
Thank you. Thank you. Back your journal.
and we're handing it off to,
Oh, yeah.
So at this time, we'd like to bring Grace Stepter to the podium.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. And what a distinct honor to be here today. These are always my favorite days. These projects take so much time, energy, and hard work, but the end result is always so worth it. When we come here and we see a place that is transformed, a place that provides hope, and a future for those who at one time may have thought that that was not possible. I thank Mayor Pro Tem Fessel for pointing out the details that are the architectural details, because that is something that is critically important to the team here in Anaheim. We build housing not just for the sake of putting up a structure, but for it to provide a sense of beauty, reunification for folks, and what you see and what you walk into from the day you get here sends that message that this is home. It's a place that we want you to feel safe, secure, and we want you to blossom. We want it to be your summer. It is also my distinct pleasure to introduce my team. They are over here to my right in the back. As they always are, in the background, flying under the radar, but the architects of some really great things. Andy Nogal is our community investment manager, and is definitely, he leads our affordable housing team and is the mastermind of making sure of working with the IHO team and all of our developers to make sure that there's attention to detail. Our housing authority, our Section 8 division, I believe Tracy is back there on behalf of our team. Part of what makes these projects come to life is the ability to infuse what we call project-based vouchers. Those are subsidies that allow for tenants to be able to pay the rent, but also for the developer to have the income that comes with that, to make sure that these investments stay beautiful long term. That project-based voucher requires that there be an eligibility and a screening process, and this one in particular, that screening process happened during COVID. Challenges with not being able to see people in the traditional manner, collect paperwork. So that staff had to really kind of dig deep in terms of making sure that this got leased up, that we continue to get people in housing, critical housing, in spite of the fact that we were all trying to maintain social distancing and our offices were closed. So big shout out to that team for making the adjustments and making sure that the pandemic didn't stop our transformation, our help to transform people and get them out of very dire situations, as many as our speaker earlier today indicated. So on behalf of our team, which is the team of the Housing Authority, Mayor Pro Tem said something about his fingerprints. You'd have to scrape deep maybe to see them. I would beg to differ. I think we definitely at the Housing Authority and the Community Development Department, we enjoy the strong support of our City Council. Everything we do, we're quite blessed. We usually get a 7-0 vote on these things, which, that's not the case for everything that comes before City Council. So that's an indication to us as staff that we're on the right track, and more importantly, that there's a commitment to this type of housing. Very quickly, because I know there's a few speakers behind us, I do want to let you know that the population that is here was selected very strategically. The City of Anaheim engages in point-in-time counts, not only on a county-wide basis, but for our own city. And unfortunately, our numbers at our last point in time for Anaheim showed that the population that was growing in the homeless arena were seniors. So because of that, we knew that this was something that we needed to really start to make some inroads to. And while some could argue that maybe 54 units is a drop in the bucket, we would argue that you have to start somewhere, and this is a brilliant start to something. It's definitely, we understand that it's not enough. We understand that there's more work to do. We come in every day prepared to make sure that we're doing more and to keep forging on to the next mission. But today gives us a time to pause and say, the work that we do, it's making a difference. For those that really matter, which is the citizens and those experiencing hardship in our city. I also want to thank the neighbors of El Verano. Every time, well, I shouldn't say every time, but often when we go to place housing in communities, we sometimes face the phenomenon, which is not in my backyard, which makes it immensely more difficult to overcome the challenges of, that come with building these types of developments, as beautiful as they are. When we came to this development and we had community meetings, we actually had the neighbors come out. Once they saw the renderings, so big props to IHO and the quality of the work, they said, let's get it done. And that isn't something that we always experience. So thank you so much to IHO for putting in the quality work that allowed this to be a little bit easier for us. And, you know, hearing from who the management is, who the tenants are, you're going to be wonderful neighbors. And that's something that we as staff can take to other communities when they tell us not here. We can certainly hold this up as an example of why it should be in every community. Everybody should be embracing this type of housing. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to the representative from CIT.
Thank you, Grace. Good morning, everyone. I am very proud to be here on behalf of CIT to congratulate our friends at Innovative Housing Opportunities on the completion of this beautiful project. CIT is very proud to have played a small part in this development for seniors. And I really just want to say congratulations again. We are looking forward to continuing to partner on helping our communities and to another 45 years of IHO. So thank you, everybody.
All right. Thank you, Cynthia. Good afternoon. Afternoon? It's still morning. Good morning, everyone. My name is Miguel Garcia. I'm the Real Estate Development Director for Innovative Housing Opportunities. I get to tell you a little bit about the project, right? So the project itself, it's a 54 unit, 45 of them are 1 bedrooms and 9 are 2 bedrooms. But I'm going to give you a little history about the project. I think everybody gave you the history, but I can give you the history of the actual construction project and what happened, kind of like the behind the scenes look. So Rochelle asked me to come in as a consultant in 2018, and the task was, hey, Miguel, can you get this project into construction in 6 months with no construction drawings? So that's when Andy was introduced to me, and Andy and our architect, RRM, I hope they're watching on live, on Facebook Live. They came in and they did absolutely just great work. They drew up the plans. Andy helped me pass them through the city. We were able to get rock and rolling within 6 months and meeting that tax credit deadline that we have to meet. The other halfway through construction, though, we do get into the COVID pandemic. And again, it's a tough spot because nobody knows about COVID. Nobody knows how we have a construction site that's fully operational, and the next thing you know, we may have to shut down, we may not. How is that going to affect our timeline? Lo and behold, Portrait Construction, they did a great job in maintaining being on time, on schedule, and they did a great work to help IHO muscle through any material delays, and we were actually able to finish on time. So the pandemic really didn't help. And again, this was again with the city of Anaheim, Andy helping us out with the process of getting plan approvals and any approvals that we needed in order to get this project completed. The other great thing that happened here is we were able to finish under budget. Who says that, right? It's a pandemic and it's under budget. So Rochelle and I and all of our IHO team, we were able to get together and start working on upgrades. And it's not just upgrades, right? We want to upgrade the floors, we want to upgrade the countertops, the appliances, but it's more than that. It's the material, the mechanical things that are going to make things better. So we put better windows to block out the noise from Lincoln Boulevard. We put better insulation between the walls, so that way you can, for sound attenuation. So there are other things that we were able to do that you won't be able necessarily to see it through the building, but these are things that we strategically did together. And then lastly, we kept true to the actual elevations that were approved at the Planning Commission. I remember that was the biggest thing, is like, Miguel, if it looks like this on the plans, it has to look like that in reality. And we definitely met it and exceeded the expectation there. And the thing that came out of this is a compass rose. This thing, the circle thing under us, it's called a compass rose. But again, Rochelle and I, there was an art commission that came up, and we're going to be moving that way shortly to do a ribbon cutting. But all of these things came together, and all of these things don't come together from IHO it comes together from it's a team effort, and everyone plays a part. So Mayor Pro Tem Fussell, you definitely have your handprints on these. And I do want to also acknowledge that our staff, we have a very small staff, but mighty. That's what we like to say. It's a very small staff, from our accounting department to HR and operations, through services, and last but not least, real estate development. I do want to give a shout out to Xochitl. She was brand new to the position, and she helped me close it out. So Xochitl, thank you. But ultimately, this all transpired into this, and the services was the other part. So with that being said, I do want to acknowledge another partner, Kingdom Development. They're part owners into this building, into this partnership, and they are 10% owners. IHO's 90% owner, and without them, we couldn't also. They definitely had a major help in getting this project into fruition. So we definitely want to thank Kingdom Development. So if they're watching on Facebook Live, shout out to you guys. All right, well, Rochelle, I'm going to turn it over to you for closing remarks.
We'd be remiss if we didn't acknowledge Roy Farber from. Oh. Sorry, Roy. He is our equity partner. Most of the affordable housing that gets built these days is built by tax credits, and so I'd love for him to say a couple of words, and then I promise you we will get out of this sun because brown sugar melts.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for coming out today and seeing this beautiful, beautiful apartment building. As Rochelle said, my name is Roy Farber. I'm with Boston Financial. We're the tax credit investor partner on the deal. This community it came out better than we could have imagined. So I want to thank the entire IHO team, Rochelle, Miguel, everyone. It exceeded our expectations, so thank you very much. I also I want to thank the city of Anaheim. I know how hard they worked to put this together and to stay with the closing. It was very difficult, but they stuck with us, and we got it done. Lastly, I want to acknowledge the tenants that we all work so hard for, folks like David and everyone here. I mean, Rochelle works hard, I work hard, the city works hard, everyone here is working hard, the management company, but at the end of the day, it's for the tenants. So enjoy it, and thank you.
Now, if we can all head towards the front where the gate is and the art wall. We have a special guest in Miss Anaheim, Miss Anaheim Beautiful, who's going to join us as we do our official ribbon cutting, and after that we will walk inside.
While everybody was sitting there, somebody came in parked. Yeah, so we're going to get close to it so that nobody should be your team member with the scissors. Yes. Rochelle, do we sit there all over? Yes, absolutely. Where is Miguel? Don't be shy, let's chop. Okay. Rochelle, you want?
Tell me if it starts beeping at you.
We took care of that.
Excuse me. Oh,
Tighten this up. Sometimes you put the bolt on the ribbon, but that's okay.
Exactly. Exactly. Kim, the one Kim. We've got two Kims, three Brendas, and two Michelles. All right. Debbie. Go door.
I just want to kind of narrow down.
Okay, Susan's got. Whoa. Wait, sorry.
Did you get one right to your rooms? I got it.
You're fast. Susan, get one. Did you get it? Did you get it? Okay, she got it. All right.
No problem. Will you send it to us? Sure.
So our finance and construction team, you're going to be next.
Oh, finance. Oh, there we go.
¿Ya ves?
I'm in the picture, you guys.
Either they weren't recording or and then Alex What are you doing? Do you need an interview?
All right, let's get.
This is it? That was it? Okay. All right, just one row? One row?
All right.
but where you are. So I met a guy, and I wanted to talk to him. Perfect time. So I had a meeting with him.